President Trump and Vladimir are bosom buddies now. This is round 2. Oh, look who's back from the political abyss. Vladimir Putin, once the global outcast after his 2022 Ukrainian escapade, now enjoying chummy phone calls with his old pal, President Donald Trump. A single phone call won't magically end the war in Ukraine, but it sure does wonders for Putin's image. Just a few years ago, Putin was the international pariah. His full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022 turned him into a global outcast, with the United Nations General Assembly condemning Russia's unlawful use of force against Ukraine. Thousands of international sanctions followed, and the International Criminal Court even issued an arrest warrant for him. Back then, President Joe Biden minced no words, labeling Putin a murderous dictator and a pure thug. Not surprisingly, phone calls between Biden and Putin became non-existent. Fast forward to 2025, and the White House has a new occupant with a new approach. Trump is eager to work together very closely with Putin to end the war in Ukraine and envisions them visiting each other's nations. Putin, ever the gracious host, has already extended an invitation to Trump to visit Moscow. If this visit happens, it would mark the first time a U.S. president has visited Russia since 2013. In many ways, Putin has already achieved a diplomatic victory. He now has the opportunity to negotiate directly with the United States on Ukraine, potentially sidelining Kyiv and Europe, and placing himself back at the top table of international politics. However, it's unclear how much Putin is willing to compromise. Russian officials claim Moscow is ready for talks, but always refer back to Putin's so-called peace proposal of June 2024, which reads more like an ultimatum. Under that plan, Russia would keep all the Ukrainian territory it has seized, plus some additional land still under Ukrainian control. Additionally, Ukraine would be barred from joining NATO, and Western sanctions against Russia would be lifted. As one Russian newspaper put it earlier this week, Russia is ready for talks, but on its terms. In plain language, that's called an ultimatum. So while a single phone call won't magically end the war in Ukraine, it has certainly worked wonders for Putin's diplomatic standing. And with Trump eager to rekindle their bromance, it's no surprise that Putin is seizing the moment. Many people in the intelligence community call Donald Trump Putin's puppet. And because of President Donald Trump's history with President Volodymyr Zelensky, President Trump just might give Vladimir Putin everything he wants with the hopes of building a hotel in Moscow. The conclusion: Volodymyr Zelensky desperately wants to be in NATO and most likely will not take the deal, and if President Trump cancels aid to Ukraine, the European Union will have to step in with more aid. Do you have any thoughts?